Most people think the drive-thru is just convenience. A quick lane, a fast burger, a modern shortcut for busy lives. But what if I told you that the moment you turn your steering wheel toward the glowing menu board, you are no longer just a customer. You are part of a system. A system designed with surgical precision. Designed to control speed, control choices, control spending, control time, control psychology. And once you see it, you will never sit in a drive-thru the same way again. Because the modern drive-thru is not just a food pickup window. It is one of the most efficient behavioral engineering machines ever built in consumer history. And no company perfected it more aggressively than McDonald's. But the story doesn't start with burgers. It starts with cars. In the 1950s, America didn't just fall in love with fast food. It fell in love with mobility. Highways expanded. Suburbs spread. Time became money. McDonald's realized something revolutionary. People didn't want food. They wanted speed. The first drive-thru concepts appeared in the 1970s, but what most people don't realize is that the design wasn't accidental. Every curve, every speaker, every menu board placement, every window delay, tested, measured, optimized. The goal wasn't just to serve food faster, it was to remove friction from spending money. Look closely at a typical McDonald's drive-thru layout. You rarely see the full menu until you've already committed your car into the lane. That's intentional. Behavioral economists call this commitment momentum. Once your vehicle enters the lane, exiting becomes inconvenient. Social pressure builds behind you. Reversing feels awkward. Leaving feels embarrassing. So you stay, even if you weren't fully sure. And that's just the beginning. The menu board itself is another masterpiece of persuasion. High-margin items are placed at eye level. Combos are visually grouped. Prices are often de-emphasized. Bright imagery overrides rational thinking. Research in consumer psychology shows that visual stimuli reduce analytical decision-making time. You are encouraged to decide quickly. Why? Because speed increases impulse. And impulse increases average order value. But here's where it gets more interesting. Drive-thru speakers are designed to slightly distort clarity. Not enough to frustrate you, just enough to prevent overthinking. You speak quickly. You confirm quickly. You move forward. Less time thinking. More time purchasing. And then comes the upsell. Would you like to make that a meal? Add a dessert? Upgrade to large? These are not random suggestions. They are scripted prompts, tested across thousands of locations. Even the tone of voice is trained. Friendly. Efficient. Slight urgency. And it works. Studies in quick-service restaurants show that drive-thru customers spend more on average than walk-in customers. Why? Because you are isolated in your vehicle. There is no visible line. No social comparison. No menu hovering. Just you and a voice guiding you forward. But there's something darker beneath the surface. Time pressure. The entire system is designed around throughput metrics. Corporate tracks drive-thru seconds. How long you take to order. How long you take to pay. How long your food takes to exit the window. Employees are evaluated on these metrics, which means speed is not just encouraged. It is demanded. And speed reduces resistance. When you are rushed, you rarely reconsider. Now here's something most people don't talk about. Drive-thru lanes are often curved, not straight. Why? Because curves reduce your visual access to what's ahead. You can't fully see the line length. You can't accurately estimate wait time. You commit without full information. Architectural psychology calls this controlled uncertainty. And controlled uncertainty prevents drop-offs. But wait, this is only half of the design. Because what happens after you order is just as calculated. Ever notice how the payment window and pickup window are separated? That's not just for logistics. It creates micro-progress. You feel movement. You feel completion. You feel commitment. And once you've paid, the transaction is psychologically locked. There is no turning back. Even if you change your mind. Now here's the part that should disturb you. Data. Modern drive-thrus are increasingly integrated with digital tracking. License plate recognition in some regions. Predictive ordering using AI. Loyalty app integration. Purchase history analysis. The system learns what you buy. When you buy. How often you buy. And then adjusts promotions accordingly. The drive-thru is evolving from a physical lane into a behavioral feedback loop. The more you use it, the more it learns how to sell to you. But here's the central twist. The drive-thru was never designed purely for convenience. It was designed for volume control. McDonald's doesn't just sell burgers. It sells throughput. Its entire business model depends on maximizing transactions per hour per location. And the drive-thru allows them to expand capacity without expanding dining space. It reduces seating costs, reduces cleaning, reduces staffing complexity, increases margin, convenience for you, operational dominance for them. Now I want you to think about something uncomfortable. How many times have you gone through a drive-thru because it felt easier than cooking? How many times have you added fries you didn't plan to buy? How often have you said yes to an upsell without thinking? The system works not because it forces you. It works because it removes friction. And in economics, removing friction increases consumption. But there's another layer. Public health experts have long debated the impact of drive-thru culture on dietary habits. When food becomes frictionless, frequency increases. When frequency increases, habits form. And habits shape health outcomes. The design doesn't make decisions for you, it makes decisions easier. Now here's the midpoint truth you might not want to hear. The drive-thru isn't evil, it's optimized. And optimization without ethical reflection can create unintended consequences. You should be more concerned about that than any horror story. Because this design model has spread beyond fast food, banks, pharmacies, coffee chains, even online checkout systems. The drive-thru philosophy is everywhere. Reduce resistance, increase speed, encourage add-ons, lock commitment early. You are not just ordering food, you are moving through a funnel. And the most powerful part, you rarely notice it, but here's the irony. Customers demanded convenience. Corporations delivered efficiency. And somewhere in between, control shifted. Not aggressively, not dramatically. Gradually, through architecture, through scripts, through timing, through psychology. The horror isn't in what the drive-thru does. It's in how invisible it is. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden systems behind everyday life, this is exactly what we do here. This is the Uncovered Context. We break down the psychology, economics, and strategy behind the brands that shape your world. If you're new here, subscribe to the Uncovered Context. Because once you start seeing the design behind the design,